Hello, it's me, and we're going to do another quick unboxing here. This one comes from, well, it says Arizona, but I think that's just where a manufacturer is. Now, this actually is a mass-produced puzzle, and you know that I don't usually unbox mass-produced puzzles, so you're probably wondering, why am I unboxing a mass-produced puzzle? So we'll see what this is. Okay. So it comes in a nice little package, and you know, when I saw this I was interested in it. It's a shape mod. What's a shape mod of? Well, so taking a look at this, and I'll have you try to figure out what all that noise in the background is. So this is actually, it's a little bit stiff, but this is a shape modification of this guy, a cross cube. So you have these small faces over here, and then it can also move like a 3x3. And I really enjoy these cross cubes. So this is actually a cross cube, but it's a shape modification of that. In some ways may be easier, some ways may be harder. So I'm going to scramble this up and try to solve it. There's a couple of versions of this. As you can see, it's completely equivalent no matter what direction you put it. This color here means that you have to solve a base puzzle as well. So there you have it. Just kind of mix it up here a little bit. Mixing it up even without figuring out what's going on with this. Is it a super version of the cube? Well, not really, because you have equivalency of rotation here, and you also have equivalency of pieces here. So we'll see if maybe there's something interesting about this, about the solve or about the scramble. So there it is, scrambled. This is the Octo puzzle, and you can buy this at their site, which I'll provide a link to. Anyway, give it a try, give it a look. I'll give it a solve and see how that goes. Thanks for watching. Hello, it's me, and time for another unboxing. This comes from Vietnam, and this guy has done much of my ghost type puzzles. So let's see what we've got here today. Slice through here. Now, every time packages come from Vietnam, I get a little concerned about how they were handled, because I have had a couple puzzles come in not in the condition that they started. So let's see. Alright, so far so good. Alright, we have ourselves a rather large cubic type shape, right? Yeah. Yes. Okay. As we keep going, wrapped in many, many layers. Oh yes, have to get through the superficial layers here. Get into the deeper fascia underneath. Going with the linear lines so that resuturing can be done without scarring. Okay, excellent. This is something I've been waiting for a while. I had asked this particular builder about the potential of building a ghost Megaminx, and he said, no problem. So here it is, a ghost Megaminx. So that's what this is, a ghost Megaminx. It's pretty much a Megaminx, but where you can turn this and this, top and the bottom, and you have to solve it. Let's see, you have to solve it off center. So yeah, it is cool. Aha! Now we can go like this. Now, once I hold it here, then I can start scrambling it, I think, unless there's multiple layers that have been affected. But no, that's good. That's good. So it's really just this top and this bottom that's been affected. So pretty clever. And it helps complete my whole ghostly series. So I'm going to see about how challenging this is to solve, and I would imagine it's going to get pretty difficult trying to keep perspective on things. So there it is, a ghost Megaminx, part of my expanding ghost series where we go beyond just the cube. Oh, is it already scrambled? Nah, it goes right here. Alright, more to come. Thanks for watching. Hello, it's me, and we're here for another unboxing. This one comes from Traypoom. Traypoom is my contact for cuboid modifications, handmade modifications. Not 3D printing, I've got other contacts for that. So this actually helps decrease the number of certain gaps in my collection. So let's see what we got. Okay, continuing attacking this beast. Now I am, because of where I'm located, which is somewhere in the northern hemisphere, I cannot bring sharp instruments or anything that's perceived as a weapon, so therefore I have to use my hands. Let's see. Alright. Get through the newspaper layer. We got a small and cute looking puzzle over here, and an equally cute looking puzzle in here. There we go. Tearing my way through, there we go. Okay, so let's see what we have. Well, so the first one, as I'm building a theme to my collection, nobody would ever suspect this to be a weapon. Let's see what we've got. Well, it's obviously some kind of a cuboid. There we go. Alright, so this is a 1 by 2. No, it's a 1 by 3 by 5. 1 by 3 by 5. So 1 by 3 by 5 is of the organization as a ultimate shapeshifter, except that it doesn't shapeshift because it's at the smallest level. But this is, since I had a 2 by 4 by 6 and a 3 by 5 by 7, I needed this to complete the collection. The movement is, as expected, very smooth. You can see from the workmanship over here. So I don't know if this puzzle has been made before, but when I contacted Trapum, it was something that I sort of needed in my own OCD way to complete a collection. The movement is great, as always. What I'm going to do is fiddle around with the solve of this a little bit, but that is this one. So as he was making it, another puzzle kind of emerged out of that, and he said, "Do you want this one too?" And I never say no to a Trapum product. Never say no. Because of the quality. So this is a very, very well done, evenly proportioned 2 by 3 by 5. So 1 by 2, 1 by 3 by 5, 2 by 3 by 5. Again, and you don't say no to Trapum products because you can see how great the movement is. So this is of the same category as a 2 by 3 by 5, actually. Being a 2 by, same category as a 2 by 3 by 4, actually. It's a brick, but it's a 2 by 3 by 5, which means that you have 2 layers that are of the same parity. Here's 2, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, so it's not that. So it's the 3 by 5 portion of it, so here and here. So you can turn this over here and make 90-degree turns. So it solves pretty much the same way, but it's something else that's another link in the chain as a brick type puzzle. Looks more like an elongated brick, but as you can see with the movement, and I'll just go ahead and scramble this up here. So the solve of this functionally is pretty much like the 2 by 3 by 4. The 2 by 3 by 5 just has the 3 and the 5 layer that are of the same parity, as opposed to the 2 and the 4 layer on a 2 by 3 by 4. So once we do this, we can do the shape shifting, and it scrambles as you would expect it. And wow, just the movement is really good. What I really like about this puzzle is the fact that it's so well proportioned, so well made. I don't know if there's another one of these that exists out there. I've not seen one before, but I can almost guarantee it couldn't be better made than this. I like the full proportion of it. I like how even it is. There's no Olsing effects, and I love the stability. So there, that is scrambled. We'll scramble this guy up over here too. And again, I realize it's probably a simple solve, but the point of this was for the collection as opposed to anything else. Turn and turn, no shape shifting. So there it is. Trapum's 2 newest puzzles, the 1 by 3 by 5 and the 2 by 3 by 5. Both brilliantly modified and handcrafted. So if I were to go through a solve of this, well, you know, like I say, it's kind of in its elemental form. These centers will tell you what's up and what's down. So move this over here. What I'll do is work from the inside out. So let's see, I've got to get this over to here and exchange it with this guy. So I'm going to turn this like so, turn, and turn, move it back. So this is fine over here, and this is fine over here. Now I have to do the same concept here. There's always 3 that have to cycle, so I'm always looking for that 3 cycle, and this is the most elemental of 3 cycles, where this green has to come over to here to be exchanged with this blue. So I simply turn this here and go bang, zoom, splat. Excellent. So all done. A nice elemental type puzzle, a nice simple solve, and it's very stable. So there's no problems with taking this and giving it to someone who's maybe a beginner and having them have a go at it. This is a little bit more complex in its structure. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So once again, we've got the top and we've got the bottom, and then we can solve this accordingly. What I'm going to do is I'm going to scramble this up a little bit more, just kind of play around with it. Come back later. Thanks for watching. Well, why not? I'll just go through it right now. So I'm going to really solve this as I would 2 by 3 by 3, because I'm going to solve it as a domino first before doing brick type moves. So how would I do that? Well, I've got the orange side here, rather the yellow side here, yellow and orange. Find the other orange. What I've taken to do though is solve it with the top layers over here. So I'm actually going to solve it, well, not the top layers, but solve it to where these edges here are going to be what I'm going to pay attention to. I'm not going to pay attention to anything in the middle here. So we've got the orange and blue. We'll put the centers in first. Got this over here, so orange and green. I'm going to ignore these guys over here. Now I'm looking for the orange and blue, which is already here, orange and red, and yellow. Now is that correct? This comes to here. Actually it's not. I think the orange has to come here, and the red has to come here. And that works. The corners will guide the way. So I'm going to take the corners and put them in red and green. Red and green will come over to here. Make a turn here. Turn it out of the way. We'll actually move it like this. Double turn. So even though I've solved puzzles like this before, the perspective always gets me just a little bit. Okay, when looking at this, I see this is supposed to be red. So I put this in the wrong place. So orange and blue, that's supposed to come here. So turn. This is my sliding U technique. Turn, and this comes up. Okay, now that's making more sense. This is right, these are not. So let me just get this out of here. And turn. So what I'm going to do next is take this and actually put it in the correct place as opposed to where I had it, which is not the correct place. So this has to come over to here. Do it to L. Move it to the R position, to R. Move it to the L position, to L. And bump it back. So this is fine. And this is fine. These are not. So just got to move this guy out. And turn. And now this goes to where the red is supposed to be, red and blue are right up here. And that'll bump that wrong other piece. And turn. Okay. See what happens when I try to solve on the fly? Now this comes up here. So my technique with this is to solve it like the base puzzle. So these are all fine. These are not, but we're not going to worry about that. Now we do this layer here. Centers are fine. I find the 2 corners that are in, which is these. Then I do an adjacent corner swap. 2R, U, 2R, UI, 2R. Turn the puzzle. 2R, UI, 2R, U, 2R. I'm just struck with how smooth this puzzle moves, and I just do edge swaps to get all these guys in. 2R, U, 2R, U, 2U, 2R, 2U. The amount of time and craftsmanship that goes into making a puzzle like this, 2R, boggles the mind. 2R, U, 2R, UI, 2R. Okay, so now that I have this in, I've got the native shape. It's just a matter of doing algorithms to get these back. So this guy belongs here, to U, to R, to F, to U, to U, to F, to R, to U. So this is in. These guys need to exchange. To F, to R, to U. That leaves us with this and with this. What do we do about that? Well, we're going to do a swapping with this, with an even layer, odd layer version of that. To U, to R, to F, to U, to F, to R, to U, to F. Brings the misplacement to here. Do it again. To F, to U, to F, to R, to U, to F. And it does cause some noise over here. This is easily dealt with an even layer version of that algorithm. And there it is, a solve of a 2 by 3 by 5. Now, this should have a brick parity, so I can do that brick parity algorithm. Let's see if that works. 2F, U. Oh, I'm so used to the 2 by 3 by 4 where this is the area that shapeshifts. It's actually over here now. Whoop. Over here, rather. So we'll do this. U, 2R, UI, 2L, U, 2R, UI, 2L. We do a 2F, move this over here, another 2F, then 2L, U, 2R, UI, 2L, U, 2R, UI, 2F, and this moves back here. Okay, so that was that brick parity algorithm which causes these three to need to be 3-cycled. And I went through a little bit more detail in a tutorial on how I got out of that. But to get out of this, if you should have a puzzle like this, again, find where you're supposed to be. This is supposed to go here. This will then come down to here, so I got to take this, turn this back. Whoops. See how robust the puzzle is? Turn it back over here. And now we go ahead and do the right-sided version of that. 2F, U, 2R, UI, 2L, U, 2R, UI, 2L. We do a 2F, move this in with a 2R, and then another 2F. Then we do 2L, U, 2R, UI, 2L, U, 2R, UI, 2F, and that'll get it solved. Bring this back. And that's it. Great job, Trey Poom. This will look great when displayed with the rest of the collection for the up-and-coming video that shows all of that. Anyway, till next time, thanks for watching.